Well, we definitely have a series on our hands anyway, since this is the third game of the grand finals between Clique and Viperio. It is to play for all the marbles at this point. You want to try your damnedest to take this win and be crowned the champions of the inaugural UKEL split, as brought to you by MSI. Now, after this series, we do have the battle for third place between NSG and Bulldog, so won't want to touch your browser once this game is over. But as we refocus on this game, standard lines of scrimmage being brought by both these sides, with actually Yumi towards this middle lane as well, throws out a prowling projectile. Just a little bit of poke, that's all.
Yeah, nothing too interesting happening at the start, just sort of standard lines of defense. Do you see, obviously, Yasuo and Ivan both picking up the ward kills, so nice little bit of gold in their pockets for them.
So it's already over, they took a ward kill. We can just go home.
Well, the ward kill's been evened up though, so it's all to play for, obviously. We do see the first Drake on the map are going to be a Mountain Drake. We've seen so many Mountain Drakes over the last 2 days. I feel like
a lot of Mountain Drakes.
There's just been like 2 in each game.
I think there's been, yeah, a minimum of 2 in each game.
And we've had
then it's kind of a toss-up between Ocean and Infernal.
Yeah. And then we've had Cassiopeia in so many games. Like 20 to 25 minute Barons are just what happened every game now with the amount of Mountain Drakes we've had and the amount of Cassiopeias we've had in these games.
Looks like J4 is going for an early invade here. I'm not sure if he's spotted up by that Vision Ward or not. Just looking to invade onto Previous. And actually here comes a level 2 gank. Munch in a lot of trouble.
Oh no. Oh no.
The teleport, but that was just a fat finger. First blood to Aether, looking for a second one. Sentinel in a lot of trouble. And actually that will be a return kill. Sentinel picks that up, but oh, OSP. Not what you want to do in the finals.
That feels bad, man. That's even worse than when he Caitlyn-E'd into the tower. Because not only does it almost guarantee, not only does it guarantee your death, but you now do not have the teleport to go back into lane and try and even things up with the CS. That is a big whiff. And there, like I said, this game lives and dies with OSP, and to start with something like that is really going to throw them off.
It definitely is, and now he has lost about half a wave in CS. He has given up a kill, and Sentinel also died. So, not looking too good. Previous is towards his top side, though.
Could be spotted out there. I'm just going to have a look at Fog of War.
Yeah, gonna go in, dash around these minions now, and looking to go through the river here. And Bruno still has the flash available. Actually gonna take a lot of damage. We'll manage to dodge away from the headbutt, but one more auto attack will secure the kill towards the top side. And a lot of pressure coming from Previous there, not the area that we expected him to be prioritizing.
Yeah, I think it's good. The wave was pushed up a little bit, and Kenruto did just go way too aggressive at that point. The E forward, especially afterwards, was like, you are 100% dead here. There is almost no way you are surviving that. And did you manage to pick up the kill? It does allow Akkas to stay a little bit safer in this lane.
Yeah, but looking for a kill in the middle lane now as BB Muffin in a lot of trouble. Gets the knock up with the flag drag. Bendix will go down to Scrunchy Abuser there, and Previous just waiting off in the wings. Nothing much he could do as Munch gets a decent amount of damage onto OSP. Will just be healed up by the Yumi there.
Yeah, great bait and a lot of confidence there from BB Muffin, Scrunchy Abuser, to be able to know how much damage he's going to be taking.
Both junglers now towards his bottom side as Munch is down to just about half health here. Previous is going to back away. Now teleport coming through from BB Muffin, Scrunchy Abuser in that mid lane, already taking a decent amount of chunk damage from Bendix QW. Now Peng is coming out from Scrunchy Abuser. He wants to get this early pressure from the jungler towards his middle lane. Looks like that was a flag and drag off to the side. From the bottom side. Decent amount of damage. Void Seeker comes out as well. Just a decent amount of training throughout the map. Nothing much really coming from it. We've had 5 kills in the first 5 minutes or so, and looks like they're going to make a rotation towards this bottom side. Maybe go for a dive here. OSP low on mana. Will be spotted out by a control ward. He's just going to clear this away and use his body just to Exert a little bit of pressure. Flag drag forward. Doesn't have the level 6, so will not find the Cataclysm there. OSP. And Sandra will manage to just walk it away.
Yeah, just having to give up so much there, and they're going to lose a lot of tower plates for it as well. Previous was moving up into the top side, but with the vision cover that Ken Ruto had and his Warden in the Scuttle crowd, there was no way he was pushing up. He would have seen Previous there immediately.
Yeah, Flag Drag comes in, doesn't know the Previous is nearby. That's a flash forward. Nice miasma. Munge, why are you there? You're just going to give up a kill. And that's a 1-for-1 so far. Forced to flash away. Previous will manage to get out of dodge, but 8th is a lot of trouble. He has to have the backup of his team. Will come forward. That's a flash away just to make sure that he can survive. But Electro Athlete will be going down. Instead, the 5 stacks will find the damage.
Yeah, when you go in on Jarvan like that and you whiff the EQ, you're just going to get punished because you've got nothing left in your kit to be able to fend off these auto attacks. And a little bit of a mistake there from Electro Athlete to go in.
Nice rotation by BB Muffin just to push them away from this Drake and make sure that they can't just pick it up whenever they decide to. We'll force them to go back to the bomb lane and jungle respectively.
There's been so much action in this bot lane, and with the TP being blown as well, just look at OSP CS number. It's so far below, not necessarily his laning opponent, but the rest of the team members. He's got 50 CS in both the solo laners, and quite a lot down in this bot lane here.
Now J4 I think was spotted out by some sort of vision there, or they just know that he's around this area. Good. Just take this Rift Skull for himself, exert some of his own vision around this area of the map, make sure that they know when and where Previous is if he's towards this bottom side. And it looks like they're going to make another rotation, get more chip damage on this tower. Flag Drag comes through, doesn't find the knockup, flash away from OSP, but he's going to go down. Electro Athlete is the one that picks that up, just decides to take a tower shot. An extra one just for the fun of it. Previous, looking for Munch here.
Where trades keep happening. No, great priority from Electro Athlete there to make sure he keeps going down and he keeps punishing this bot lane. He's just blowing his flash again, and once he hits 6 and those bot laners are still very, very low level, it's going to be even worse for them. That tower's very, very close to being down, and with the amount of priority they have in this bot lane now, they will start to move up and start taking these Drakes. It makes BB Muffin's protection of the Drake that much more impactful as well, because once they take this bot tower down, once they have constant prio in bot lane, it's going to be easy for them to just go whenever they want when the dragon spawns and pick them up.
It definitely will, and J4 just sticking around this bomb side just to make sure that Previous can't pick it up just whenever he feels like it, and make sure that they can't make the use of the priority that they seem to be getting every now and then. J4 is still sticking around, wants to make something happen.
See what I mean? In like the top lane, the Ornn Yasuo matchup is just you trade your W for his ultimate. You don't. Ornn just doesn't have an ultimate, and it's so difficult to actually win.
Yeah, Flag Drag Cataclysm comes through, doesn't have the flash to try and get away. We'll just let Sentinel lock it out. Aether will give up his. Aether will pick up that kill as OSP gives up his life.
I am loving this camp in the bot lane. Electro Athlete's just going down there whenever he can. OSP's falling further and further behind, and this is what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, Bendix is farming up pretty well, and he's gotten himself a kill and an assist, so he's going to have a decent amount of gold, but OSP is a non-factor in this game right now, and it's going to take him a very, very long time to come back from that, and see how far behind look at that difference in gold in the bot lane. 1,500 gold at 9 minutes is an absurd amount to be behind.
And because of the priority they got from taking that first tower, they're able to pick up this Mountain Drake as well. Petrifying Gaze comes out just to stall them, poke them back a little bit. But you're feeling good if you're on the side of Viperio at this point. It's going how you want, and it's not all because of that whiff of the teleport early on by OSP, but that really did help them out.
That's the worst start. I think that's... Honestly, like that TP being blown and guaranteeing your death is probably the worst start you could have. I mean, like you see teams going for invades like in solo queue or whatever, where they all die 5-man, and it's like, oh no, that's bad. But then blowing your teleport and dying in that situation when you're already in a tough lane and you know that the Jarvan's going to continuously camp you is so bad. I mean,
I think he was playing it like as if he had heal because he had heal last game.
Yeah.
So he just was kind of like, I'm just gonna heal up here. Might be able to survive, or at least maybe try to kill back. And then he just had his mouse hovered over the minion.
Yeah.
Teleported.
Feels bad in like in a scrim setting. You almost just say like, okay, we're restarting that because that would never happen in a competitive game. But here it has happened, and it's put them so far behind now, and OSP is gonna have to claw his way back as hard as he can. TP actually coming in as well to back that up.
Just to contest this or try and pick that up for themselves. Will manage to pick it up. Can they survive? Those previous picks up the kill onto Electro Athlete, looking for one trade back. OSP so low here. Rudo will come in on the flank thanks to his teleport. Looking for a second one. Will not block the prowling projectile. Slow will connect as out comes the root color, but they find a kill and yes, they trade it back, but they pick up that Rift Herald.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be taking this into the mid lane soonish to be able to pop that and get the extra plates there. Make sure that first mid tower goes down so you can move up your vision.
Oh, that's a flash forward and File Chapter comes through. So just finds a quick and easy kill there. Rudo will block it with the wind wall. That's just a little bit of disrespect, not really paying attention to or respecting the amount of damage that can come through or the engage that is there from Bendix with Sentinel on his back.
And it looks like they might be trying to go for a little dive in the top lane. I don't know.
The Flag and Drag, that's a nice last breath, and Rudo just picks up a second kill for himself. Doing decently well on this Yasuo right now, thanks to Flag and Drag from Electro Athlete. Here is the dive that he said was going to come through. He expected the dodge from Munch, but Munch has the 200 IQ dodges and decides not to dodge it, so we'll miss with the root collar, and Shelly will be called in the middle lane instead, and they should be able to take this down pretty easily. But
yeah, just a bit too healthy.
Yeah, it's just about going to survive, Shelly. Not quite enough. It's good rotation from previous just to make sure that they can't just stick around here and 2 versus 1 Akers. Because OSP looking to aggress onto Aether here, has to flash and heal to get away.
I mean, Lulu has more gold than this Kai'Sa.
Oh.
That feels bad. That feels so bad.
Sentinel almost has as much gold as the Kai'Sa does too.
Yeah, not too far off. 1 kill and he would have it almost. At least she'll get a bit of respite here. She'll be able to sit back, farm at least that wave now. Most likely another as well. And while, you know, two waves don't seem like much to OSP in this situation, that is really, really good for him.
And we've been saying that Clique have all of their eggs in the OSP basket. He is 1 in 4. He's behind by 20-25 CS at any given time. It seems like it's all down to Bendix now, but he's 1 in 3 himself. This call to Forge God comes out, will not block it with the wind wall. He expected it to go onto him and not onto Electro Athlete as the slow comes through from the ultimate from Scrunchy Abuser. Twin Flames will chunk Akers out, but not enough to try and find a kill. Next break will be up in the next 40 seconds or so, and that will be an Ocean Break. Out comes the Foul Chapter now. Akers looking for something, will not be able to find the stun with the Foul Chapter. Now looking for something here. Flag and Drag comes through. Out comes the Last Breath as well. Previous will be just cut down. Might be able to find one traded back. They will trade one onto the J4. That's a lot of damage coming through now from Scrunchy Abuser, but can't find anything further. We'll just end with a 1-for-1.
Yeah, nice little play from Neon to try and go in there and make something happen. And it's a surprise that he managed to get the ulti off, but he managed to reciprocate that with a kill, traded onto each, so not too bad for them, but they'll go in here and they'll be able to pick up the Drake that's spawning very, very soon. Nice and easy.
Yep, it will be an Ocean Drake this time. No Infernal Drake or Mountain Drake just yet. And they should be able to pick this up pretty easily, although...
In fairness, yeah, no, they're
making their way down.
Clique have all reset, so... Oh no, not all of them. Decent amount of reset, so they should be in a position to maybe contest, but this Cassiopeia, like I said, is going to be burning down these objectives so hard right now.
Yeah, we'll just tear through it with the help of the Mountain Drake as well, and we were speaking to the fact that Clique looked decent in that last game. They didn't look clean by any means, but they looked decent enough to maybe come out with the 2 wins in a row and take the finals, but Viperio are coming out of the doors and they're doing really, really well for themselves. The most deaths are on Electro Athlete, but that's because he's been trying to make the plays. You're 3-1 on your Yasuo, you're 2-0 on your Xayah. And OSP and Bendix, they're just not stepping up to the plate. They're not doing what needs to be done. They try and take the win as Akers comes in from the side. That's a good ultimate from the Orianna, but not doing quite enough just yet. Out comes a final chapter off to the side. Kenru's coming in. And the Aether is now the target of Akers. Not gonna have enough damage just yet. Out comes called Forge God. Will not have the Yasuo to block it, and Akers will just be cut down. Kenrudo now the target of Clique here. Looking for it to go in on him, aggressive any further, but he'll just about survive. What? Scrunchy Bruiser finds the kill. In goes Electro Athlete and finds Bendix with the Cataclysm, and they're just tearing through the lineup of Clique. That's 4 dead for nothing. They're onto the inhibs at 15, almost 16 minutes.
That was an explosion, and I mean at 15 minutes, that's not what you want to be happening. They shouldn't be taking a mid inhib at 15 minutes, but with a near ace from them there, it's pretty easy for them to do. I mean,
and looking at the state of the game right now, it's almost an 8,000 gold lead for Viperio. It is a BF sword and an Essence Reaver picked up by Aether to a double pickaxe, and now just bought is a tier for OSP. He is so far behind at this point. It is almost 5,000 gold to just over 7,000 gold between the AD carries. You are hemorrhaging money at this point.
Yeah, OSP is a non-factor, and that's not what you want for someone who has so much peel. I mean, I reckon Ornn's doing more damage. I mean, maybe even double the damage in these team fights than OSP is, and I think a good way to sum up this game is to look at Electro Athlete's kill participation. Before that, never mind. Before that last team fight, Electro Athlete had 100% kill participation, and he's still only 1 off. He has been around the map, but especially in the bot lane, continuously, and he has been able to get the significant leads that they need to be able to force this early and stop that Kai'Sa from doing anything.
And this is our undefeated team coming into playoffs with their backs against the wall. Almost 10,000 gold in the hole, 17 minutes in. It is looking quite rough for them right now. They have the late game scaling of a Kai'Sa, but you need to reach that point. And so far, for the time being, it looks like you mightn't actually get to reach it.
Yeah, Kai'Sa needs a very, very long time before she's going to be able to start doing damage and making use of all of the protection that she has from the Yuumi, from the Orianna, and from, well, I mean the entire team really. Ornn's just sat there to be in front of you, protecting you. The whole team is just built around you, and if you're not dealing any damage, you still got to stack these things up. You still got to buy these crucial items to be able to make your champion deal the damage it needs to. I mean, if Viperio take a fight, if they manage to find a team fight soon, there's no way that Clique are able to hold up against it, and they'll just win the game. I think Viperio want to be finishing this as soon as, like ASAP really. They want to take advantage of how far behind the Kai'Sa is.
And they're looking for a 5-man team fight here. Paul Forge God will connect onto Jarvan. He'll flag and direct to safety, but Scrunchy off to the side, just trying to do his best to chunk people out. Out comes a foul chapter, in comes a teleport now from the Yasuo, looking to make something happen. In comes Cataclysm, as well as the Feather Storm, as OSP is a lot of trouble. He'll just be bursted down. Scrunchy Abuser is the recipient of that kill, and it was started off by Clique. It was finished by Viperio.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea from Akers to make sure he forces that engage while they saw the Yasuo top. The Yasuo is the one that's going to negate your engages and on, and still though, you just want to be trying to wave clear as much as possible and letting OSP get ahead. I understand why you want to take that. It's a good opportunity to take a team fight, but you're just so far behind. Your carries deal no damage. I mean, Scrunchy Abuser should have died there. Electro Athlete should have died there. Jarvan and Cassiopeia were so squishy in those fights. Well, not squishy. J4's got a few tank items on him, but Cassiopeia especially is so squishy that you should be able to make mincemeat out of her when she was caught out like that, and it just doesn't happen because the carries have no damage.
It's 1.5 items for OSP at this point, and you're almost at the second item power spike for Aether. I'm building towards that Zeal now. Well, has the Zeal available. He can build towards the Infinity Edge here if he wants to. It looks like he is with the pickaxe being picked up just now, and 2 items being hit by the Yasuo, 2 items being hit by the Cassiopeia as well. Whereas on the other side, you have 1 item apiece for all of your carries, and you're 8,500 gold behind. You just can't take team fights even if you start them. And now they start off on the Baron.
Yeah, and they're going to burn this with the Cassiopeia and the 2 Mountain Drakes. It's going to go by very, very quickly. No one's even there to try and stop it.
The burns through it so quickly. You have a Xayah, you have a Cassiopeia, you have 2 Mountain Drakes. Is this all she wrote?
Clique don't have a single objective to their name at this point. They're so far behind, and
Not even a tower. Not even a single tower this game. 10,000 gold difference, and now it's just going to be the last team fight just to secure the win, secure
they
the
can't
title.
defend this inhib.
Feels
If
like
they
you need to
try
go
and
for a
defend it.
last-ditch effort, just a desperation fight. What more can you do? Oh, that's a great shockwave onto 3. In goes the Kaisa, but he should be bursted down. Lickety split. In comes Redemption as well, just to keep them a little bit healthy. Call the Forge God will connect onto 1, but Aether will pick up the kill onto the Kaisa. That is 2 dead already for nothing on the side of Viperio. They're not going to give up anything in that fight. They still have all 5 Baron buffs.
Like you said, it was an amazing shockwave from Orianna there, but it just doesn't amount to anything. They don't have the damage to kill even the squishiest targets on Viperio. If you don't win a team fight off of that Orianna ultimate and having the Ornn right there in their face, then what team fight do you win? You don't.
Even a desperation fight, they cannot win. They lost the inhib in the middle lane. They're going to lose this inhib in the top as well. Viperio coming out of the gate strong. They're almost 12,000 gold in the lead. Now they can just rotate towards this bottom side, pick up that tower, close it out. Nice, clean macro sort of style, and take the series 2-1.
Yeah, no, it's been great play all around the map, really, from Viperio here. Electro Athlete's been where he needs to be all the time, pressuring that bot lane. BB Muffin on this Cassiopeia has been able to neutralize and just hold himself against Bendix so well that he's now a huge threat. And Kenruto, I mean, he's just been picking up the kills when he can. He's been getting a decent amount of CS on him. And he's a huge threat as well. I mean, there's no one on this team that you aren't really afraid of at this point. The Lulu as well is just going to be providing so much support to all of these players.
And the Lulu still has more gold accrued in this entire game than OSP. That is a sorry statistic. Almost more than Bendix too. Only about 300-400 gold for the Lulu behind Bendix. And is also ahead of the Ornn. So when your support is a few hundred gold ahead of 3 of your members, you are not feeling very good at all. They still have all 5 Baron buffs. They're going to take this bot lane inhib. They're going to take this game 23 minutes in. This is the last fight, last ditch effort to try and save the game, try and save the series, but Flagger Drag comes through. That's 2 for the Cataclysm. Gonna get the ultimate from the Lulu just to buy a little bit of time, buying time with the stopwatch as well. But Akers, he's trying his best to defend this last Nexus tower, but that's 2 dead already in this fight, looking for a 3rd. Can they find it? But Akers trying his best onto Aether. He will still survive. Kenruto is dominating, gonna fountain dive just for the hell of it, and Viperio, they are the inaugural UKEL champions.